For the IVAR project, the general idea behind the domain-specific variability language toolchain is to simplify the new software derivation reusing artifacts from the existing. The framework combines variability modeling from software product lines with formal methods and software upgrades, and can be easily integrated in existing software development processes. In this picture, we present the component-based model-driven architecture of the IVAR project. In this webinar, we are going to briefly cover the following parts of the schema. Delta E core framework for Eclipse to model variant generation, Yakindu state chart tools for Eclipse to generate the state machine code, Auto tools to generate the source code, and ARM cross-compiler to provide the firmware compilation and deployment on the ECU of the car. We are going to apply the toolchain to the specific use cases of the emergency call with different set of features applied based on the location coordinates. Before starting this session, we would like to introduce some concepts used in the webinar. A software product line is a family of closely related software systems. The goal of software product lines, from the conceptual point of view, is to capture commonalities and variabilities of the systems and their relations. Reusable code artifacts are code components necessary to generate the different software systems, products which can be shared between multiple variants. Mappings is necessary to define the relations from variability model to reusable code artifacts. Code generation is based on a variability realization mechanism and takes necessary code artifacts based on the feature selections, that is, configuration and the mappings, and compose them to a variant. Feature model represents a variability model in a hierarchical tree structure of features. Features represents functionality of products. This example refers to the emergency response system use case from the automotive domain, which must support both the European eCall and the Russian ERA GLONASS features and behave in different ways depending on the current location. The features can be defined as mandatory, like language, or optional, like diagnostic. Exactly one feature must be selected from a group of alternative features, eCall or ERA GLONASS, and at least one feature must be selected from a group of features, GPS or GLONASS, or both. Cross-tree constraints allow complex relationship between features across the tree. For example, eCall needs GPS. The process starts with the definition of the feature tree for our software product line, so-called feature model. For this scope, we are using Eclipse modeling framework technology with the Delta E core plugin. The set of all possible features is explicitly known, making it possible to determine all valid variants. In fact, it is possible to verify validity of the selected set of features using Eclipse UI. Let's select the correct set to verify the functionality. And you get the configuration is valid pop-up. In case of incorrect one, the validation will fail. We use Yakindu open source state chart Eclipse plugin to define the basic process flow based on the states and transition between those states. States have a name and can be nested, and those can consist of substates. It is also possible to define so-called specification for the state chart. Those specifications can consist of variables which are accessible from transactions or states. Moreover, it is possible to specify interfaces and external operations. Taking as an input a fully specified state chart, Yakinto code generators produce the source code for the C, C++, and Java programming languages for traversing the different states and transactions, so-called state machine, in the respective target. For code generation, Yakinto state chart tools use a textual generator model called as Gen. The generator model holds key parameters for the code generation process and allows later customization. The first step to code generation is to create a new SGen model. Right-click on the variant folder in the Project Explorer and select New, Other, Yakinto code generator model. Click Next. In the Yakinto generator model wizard, let's give the same name as the state chart. And click the Next button. From the generator drop-down menu at the top, select C code generator. In the state chart tree, choose the required state chart model and click the Finish button. Now, starting from this model, we can automatically generate the code artifacts. The generated C source code can be found now within the new directory srcgen. Then we need to define the set of Delta modules specifying modification applied to the baseline to get certain set of the features added or modified. Using Delta Ecore plugin, an extensive set of Delta operation on Yakinto state diagram have been defined. Incremental modifications can be applied to states, transitions between states, and diagram specifications. We define 5 variants based on the core one. Using Delta Ecore Eclipse plugin, these decor files can be applied, resulting in variants specified by the Delta operations. The features of the feature model could be mapped to the Delta modules, which should be applied when the respective features are selected. This mapping is stored in mapping model file with the demapping extension. Delta Ecore provides the possibility to generate variants by selecting a set of features using these files. We should choose the variant folder, and here it is, a new variant is generated. Another essential part of the toolchain is an AutoTools framework, which contains two main components, AutoConf and AutoMake. With AutoConf, developers write a short meta script file named configure.ac. The primary task of AutoMake is to generate makefile template from high-level specification files, named makefile.am. Using the domain-specific variability language, we annotate each state diagram with the required information to produce a deployable firmware image. The metadata are used to access the repository and copy the required source code files by means of Delta action add source file to the variant's source stream. Additionally, the variant's name and version are used to create an image package distribution by means of the Delta action set variant name. Finally, annotative variant modeling in the C or C++ source code can be preserved using the Delta action add feature. For our example, we incorporate all the steps to be transparent for the user, so the only necessary action now is to select the proper variant from the set of decor files. Go to the Variant Creation tab in the Eclipse UI. You should choose the correct decor file from the set of decor files. Predefine it, the variant folder, and click the Create Variant button to start the process on the background. After everything is done, we get a pop-up saying what variant creation is completed. So now we have an archive with software ready to be cross-compiled for ARM processor. And we should go to distribution folder where we are using Unix virtual machine to simulate cross-compiler ARM platform for firmware compilation. So let's copy the archive to the shared folder with Unix virtual machine and unpack it. Now let's go to the folder where the archive is unpacked and execute the script to prepare executable file. After the script is executed, the file is generated into the bin folder and ready to be deployed on the remote device. The file is called yecol_arm. To deploy the executable on the remote device, we are going to use over-the-air upgrade technology.